Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports, and we are going to be talking about January 3rd, Wednesday. We've got the NBA slate with 12 games, nice, massive slate. And we've got 6 picks for you, which it's been a little while since we've been able to do that, but we've got an awesome slate today. So we have 4 from last night. Some of those picks are still relevant. We'll attach that video at the end of this video, but we also have 6 additional picks for you today. Before we get into all that, if you've never tried Prize Picks, use our promo code at the bottom of the screen and they'll double your first deposit up to $100. They're going to match whatever you put on. So if you do deposit the whole 100, you'll get $200 to play with. And if you're new to our channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. We try to get these videos out as soon as possible. But a lot of times we will put the video out and within like 30 minutes to an hour, sometimes the plays get bumped or they get removed. So if you have your notifications on, you should be able to jump on these right away as soon as we put the videos out. If you like what you're seeing, if you like what we're getting into. So we don't have anything to recap since this is the daily show. So we are going to get right into the plays. And to get us started, I'm going to be taking a fantasy score prop. And I'm going to be taking my favorite acquisition for my Suns, and that is Grayson Allen. I like him to go over 24.5 fantasy score tonight. He's just been continuing to do this night after night, and he's actually getting better game after game. Even with the addition of Bradley Beal back, I still like him to go over this, just like he did in the last game with Beal. If we take a look at this over-under, this is going to be one of the fun games we're excited to get a piece of. We get a 233.5 over-under with the Clippers favored by 2.5. So should be a nice close game. And we don't really have any concerns about a blowout with this one, with just a 2.5 point spread favoring the Clippers. If we take a look at Grayson Allen here, they don't have a fantasy score option on Outlier. So I'm going to break this down between PRA and blocks and steals. But if we look at what he's been doing, the thing I love about taking his fantasy scores, he doesn't need to go crazy with PRA because he's such a good defender. And you get 3 points for every block and steal that players get. So if we look at his PRA, it's still nothing to slouch at. Like he's still getting, he got 16, 18 the last 2 games. Other than that, he's been getting over the 20s. Not too bad, just kind of keeping it right around that like 20 mark on PRA. But the thing I'm really excited about is the blocks and steals are so consistent with him. You can see he got 3 in his last 2 games. But if we go back 10 games, you can see like these where he only got 1 per game, like that's actually a slump for him, just getting 1 per game, which is pretty impressive. Yeah, and if we go back his last 20 games, he's only had 1 game where he didn't get a block or a steal. So I really like, you can see the momentum he's got right here on these last 10. So I like him to do well tonight in a game that is going to be close and it's going to be a battle. And we're going to need to give him some minutes because we need good defenders on the floor. And if we look at the Clippers, to shooting guards, they're middle of the road. So they're 15th in steals allowed, 12th in blocks allowed. So I like him to be able to get this done on fantasy score. And if we look at the PRA, they're 26th in points allowed, 17th in rebounds allowed, 16th in assists allowed. This is just a really great matchup for him. And like I said, he's really been earning those minutes with his awesome defensive capabilities. So I'm going to be taking him for more because 24.5 is just not asking much for him. And then my next play, I'm going to be, oh yeah, and I forgot to go to DG here. DG, I believe, has this favored to the, they do have it favored to the over. They have it about a 50-50, slightly favoring the over for Grayson Allen, a 50.15% chance of going over. And that's just because the other odds makers have the fantasy score set a little bit higher. But I'm not even honestly worrying about odds with this particular play. I can look at what I just showed you and be excited about him hitting this. But my next play is going to be blocks and steals, and we're going to run it back with Valanciunas. He cashed this so quick for us in his last game, and that ended up turning into a blowout. So we honestly got lucky that he got that done so quick because he wouldn't have been playing much in the second half. That's not going to be the case with tonight's game. If we take a look at this over under here, we get a 223 over under, and this is pretty wild to me because the Timberwolves are favored by more than the Pelicans were in their last game, but I disagree with this one. I think this is going to be much closer. I don't know why the odds makers are sleeping on the Pelicans, but the Pelicans are playing really good ball, and we saw how quickly they got that blowout against Brooklyn, and they gave the Pelicans a 6.5 point spread favoring them over the Nets, but they're giving the Timberwolves a 7. I just don't understand. I think the Pelicans can win this game, and if I had to make a bet on who was winning this game, I would honestly say the Pelicans. You got Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum just like on top of it right now. I don't know if they're considering like some of their players like that are less important. No offense to them, but that are less important might be questionable for the game. But as far as I know, let me take a look at these injuries here. Yeah, that's Trey Murphy is a game time decision. I love Trey Murphy, but he's not like a difference maker. And they can, throw Herb Jones in there, who's a great defender. So I don't understand them giving the Timberwolves such a big favorite on the spread there. But anyways, let's have some fun looking at Valanciunas' blocks and steals. In this particular matchup, Minnesota is 19th in steals allowed, so we love that. 6th in blocks allowed. And these I like it that they look more vulnerable on the steals, but with someone like Valanciunas, it doesn't really matter as much. He's just such a beast lately. If we look at his last 10 games, look at that. Like still just once in his last 10. And if we go back his last 20, all the way back here, this dude has been terrorizing on defense. So I feel really good about this play. Obviously, like this type of prop, there was a little hesitation at first just running this back to back because he did it in such an awesome fashion last game. It's like we can't expect to be spoiled 2 nights in a row like that. But it's Valanciunas and he has an even better matchup, and there's a much less risk of any sort of blowout. So he might have more time to get this done too. If we hop over here to Daily Grind, they've got it favored to the over. Just slightly again, just 50.16%, but they have it at a -120 on their odds. And we also have BetMGM with a -120. So these are comfortable, excuse me, these are comfortable numbers to favor the over here. So I'm feeling good about that. That's going to be my second play. And then my last play is going to be another fantasy score prop. And I'm going to be staying in the flames with Pascal Siakam here. 39.5 is a little high, but not for the way he's been playing. He's just been steadily going up, and ever since the trade, it seems like he's actually been really being relied upon. I know that the trade didn't happen that long ago, but he's been staying consistent. He was already kind of heating up. So we're going to be taking him for more. And this one, in full transparency, is favored to the under, this particular prop, but I'm taking it. I like it. If we look at this over under, we got a 231.5 over under, with the Grizzlies actually favored by 1.5 points. So I like taking this partially because this is a very close spread. That means that he's probably going to get really good minutes. There's not really any risk of anyone getting benched and spending the last quarter out or most of the second half out. I like him to get his full allotment of minutes tonight. If we hop over here to Outlier, we can see his last 5 games where he's been heating up. In the PRA, again, they don't have fantasy score, so I'm going to break this down for you a little differently. But in the PRA category, he hasn't gone under 34 PRA in 5 games. He's not like crazy on defense. He's capable, but he hasn't been super active on defense lately. But if we look at this matchup against Memphis, they're 13th in points allowed, 27th in rebounds allowed, and 11th in assists allowed. So he should be able to get a lot of that done. Going well over 40 in his last 2 games. I like him to keep his momentum there. If we look at blocks and steals, like I said, he's not like he's not like incapable. He just hasn't been doing crazy things on defense, but he's still been getting at least one a game. In the last 5, he's gotten at least one a game, 4 out of his last 5. If we go back 10, yeah, so he's relatively active. He can definitely get it done. But the matchup for defense for him is awesome. If we take a look at what Memphis is allowing, they're 19th in steals allowed and 30th in blocks allowed. Like they apparently get swatted a lot. So I really like this matchup for him. If we hop over to Daily Grind, like I said, they have it favoring the under, and that is partially because their system found a discrepancy between what Prize Picks is posting and what other odds makers are posting. So like BetMGM has this all the way at a 37.9, DraftKings has it at 38.2, and because Prize Picks has it at 39.5, I think that's why the Daily Grind system is favoring this to the under. So if you're uncomfortable with this, just fade it. This is 6 picks we're putting out, so any of these that you're uncomfortable with, just choose the ones that you like, and use these 6 plays to mix and match, and take your favorites from it and fade the ones you don't like. But we just wanted to give you guys more options on this bigger slate. So these are the 3 I'm going to be rolling with. Grayson Allen, over 24.5 fantasy score. Valanciunas, over 1.5 blocks. And Pascal Siakam, over 39.5 fantasy score. What do you got for us, Jordy?
Yeah, so to get into mine here, I'm going to be going with a rebounds prop to get started. And I'm going to be going with, let's see, where's he at here? I'm going to be going with Zubac in this game against Phoenix here to go over 9.5. He's been heating back up with rebounds. They've been giving him more minutes too to get this done. You can see he's kind of done this a lot. He's gone over at 6 out of 10, and he's come very close to doing it in 2 of his other games. So he's almost done it 8 out of 10 games here. They're finally giving him a little bit more minutes here to get more play time, and I think he'll get over 30 minutes in this game against the Phoenix Suns, because they're going to need him. I mean, Nurkic is a really good rebounder, so they're going to need some help here. So I think Zubac will have plenty of opportunities to get this done tonight. You can see over the last couple of games here, he's had a good run. I mean, he had 20 rebounds against Memphis, 14 against Charlotte, and he had 10 against Boston, who's a very good rebounding team. And he also put up 11 against New York, who's very tough rebounding. So I think he'll have a good opportunity to get this done tonight. This one's not favored to go over. It's just one that I like. I think this game is going to be really crazy, and I want a lot of this game. So I like Zubac a lot. This was juiced last night to go over, and now it's not. So you can take it at your own precaution here, but it's a tough matchup. They're ranked 5th in rebounds, giving up 11.1, so we do have room for him to get this done. But with how good he's been playing lately, I think he can get this done for us. So I like him to go over 9.5. And then for my next play here, I'm going to be going with Aaron Nesmith to go over 3.5 rebounds. Now, this guy is like, especially in this matchup, he's kind of got, these teams are getting rivalry type between Indiana and Milwaukee here. Indiana beat him in the Cash Cup deal, and ever since then they've been all kind of chirpy with each other. So in the last game against Milwaukee, they're going to a back-to-back here. He went over this. He had 5, and if we look at his last 10 here, he's gone over this in 6 out of 10 games. And if you guys watch Nesmith play, this is kind of just what he does. He's kind of just like one of those dog type players who, gets a ton of rebounds and steals and stuff like that. But, if we look at what Milwaukee's giving up rebound wise to small forwards, they're ranked 26, giving up 8.7 a game. So every time he's played against them, he's gone over this. So I like him to go over this one. It's pretty much 50-50. It's favored a little bit to the over. It's like a minus 120. You can see some people have it minus 125, so it is juiced to go over. But I like it. I think it's a good matchup for him. He's done it 3 out of 3 times already, and they're playing him for a 4th time. So I like him to go over this one. So I'm taking that one to go over. And then this next one is not exactly juiced to go over, but I think he has a good shot of doing it. First of all, let me tell you guys the over-unders on these games. So this Milwaukee and Pacers game has a 257.5 over-under. with a 3.5 point favorite to the Bucks. So it's going to be a crazy game. I think they're in Indiana for this one, so it's going to be a really crazy game. I'm excited to watch this one. And then this Hawks and Thunder game has a 248.5 over under with only a 1 point spread in favor of OKC here. So I won a lot of this game too. And I like Jalen Johnson. Since he's been back, he had the 10-point game, and he's been heating up. He had 16 against Sacramento, it was a really tough matchup for him. And he put up 24 against Washington. Obviously, they're not that tough. But if you look here, he's got a tough matchup ahead of him for sure. OKC is ranked second against small forwards, but they're giving up 17.5 points. And the Hawks coach are saying that they want Jalen Johnson on the floor at all times. I mean, since he's been back, he's been playing 35, 36 minutes. So, he's getting a lot more time than he was before he got hurt. So, he's going to have a lot of shot opportunities in this game with this massive over-under. So, I think he can at least give us 16 here. That's kind of like where his average is. You can see before he got hurt here, too, he was going 16, 18, 18, 17. So, he's very capable. If you guys have watched him before, I mean, like we were saying the last time we took him here, we took him in this Sacramento game just to go over 12, and he had like 0 points going into the second quarter, and then in the second quarter he went for like 16 points. So he's very capable of getting this done. So I like Jalen Johnson in this matchup to go over 15.5 points. And yeah, I mean, you can see over here on Outlier, he's done it 6 out of 10 times, and I think this is going to be a fun one. So I think he has a good opportunity to get this done for us tonight, and he should get way over 30 minutes. So I'm excited about that one too. And that's all I got.
Awesome. Well, yeah, that's 6 for you guys. You saw some of these are not favored to go over, and we like them, so we're taking them. Don't just blindly tail us, and then if these don't hit, it's like whenever we give you picks, you should always just listen to what we're saying. If you want to, if you're here to watch the video, use the research and analysis we're providing and come to your own conclusion. Take the ones you like, fade the ones you don't like. And we're excited about this slate. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we're like, hey, let's throw out 6 today. It's a little harder for us to hit a sweep, obviously, on 6, but we don't really care. We just want to provide value so you guys can use these however you like. So have a great Wednesday, guys. It's going to be a fun slate. And I almost forgot. If you're interested in checking out the tools from Daily Grind, who is our official partner, they're giving all of our viewers 25% off if you just use code BACKDOOR. It's just one word, and there's a link in the description of the video if you want to check that out. Also, come hang out with us in Discord. There's a link in the description of the video for that as well. We already posted these plays in Discord before we even started the video, so our Discord community has early access to all of these plays. And it's just a great community. Everyone's in there talking through the games, and we all build out late window slips together. It's just a lot of fun. So if you're interested in something like that, check it out. Yeah, that'll do it, guys. Have a great Wednesday, and we will catch you tonight in the next. I guess we got NFL and NBA tonight.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, we'll see you tonight.
See you.